Hi guys, Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. So, broken tent pole. It's always a pain. Especially when the tent's that complicated, it can't be put up with a few sticks. So really, you need it working. So I'm going to show you some different methods of repairing it. Now if you're mobile in a vehicle, you'll have access to different resources than say a through hiker would. So I'll show you a few different methods so that you can get your shelter up. So if you have access to a garage and stuff like that, I'll show you the first and probably the easiest method. Right, so this is in the inner sleeve, so it's the outer at the spot welds where this is sheared at. Now these are ARB poles and they are total garbage. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to reassemble it. I'm going to wrap it in insulation tape and put the broken part back in place. Now that alone will not hold it. So what I've done, I've pushed it back into its original position so that the ferrule has the equal amount, otherwise it'll just go on this side. So I need to realign the broken part with the way it came out as best I can. So this piece is missing. Now I'm going to wrap this with insulation tape just to hold everything in place. Right guys, I've wrapped it in insulation tape. That'll hold the ferrule in the correct orientation for the two parts. Now I've tried this, it won't hold it on its own, so I need to provide some clamping force to the outside of this. So I've got two options I can think of easily. One is I'll whip it with wire or cord, or a much easier solution if you're on the road is to go down and get yourself some small fuel pipe unions and put them on. Right, so two would be better, but I've only got one of these in my emergency spares box. For that now will definitely hold. So that's one good solution. I'll repeat this repair with some fine wire, which you should always carry out bush. Right guys, what I've done here is I've just whipped it with some stainless wire. You should always carry some wire when you're heading out bush. So as much as you've got now, to use it I'll actually cover it with another layer of tape just for safety's sake, but there again, strong enough it'll certainly get you through a trip. And the third method is for your bushcrafters who mightn't have access to this type of gear, so using more natural things, and it's just a Swiss Army penknife as your toolbox to effect the repair. Right guys, I've raided the first aid kit for some Fix-A-Mole tape. This is brilliant stuff, you should always carry this. So I'm going to do a couple of wraps around with the Fix-A-Mole, same as I did with the insulation tape, then we'll go from there. Right guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to whip the outside. This is what we call in Australia hoochie cord. We're putting up our tarp shelters, basically a thin version of paracord. You could use strong thread, string, whatever you've got. So what I'm going to do, I could show you some fancy forms of whipping, but you'll never remember it, and I'll never remember it either. So I'll put it over in the middle, and I'll just tie a overhand knot and repeat each side as I work my way down. I've got the middle of the cord, doesn't need to be perfect. All I'm doing is putting an overhand knot, like tying your shoelaces in. I'll pull it tight, I'll turn it over, and I'll repeat the knot on the other side. work my way right the way along, or till I run out of cord. Alright guys, not the most elegant job, but certainly usable. So as long as you're putting your knots at 90 degrees each time, it doesn't matter if it's slowly rolling along. So that's it there. Give it a test. So guys, if you're really concerned about your aluminium tent poles, you could get a piece of stainless steel tubing just big enough to go over the ferrules, and that's an easy field repair that won't take up much weight and space in your peg bag. Alright, I just thought I'd show you this, guys. Now if you don't have a sleeve and you need to make a sleeve in the field, it's not a technical carving job. What I did, I battened this stick down first in half and then into quarters. Then I used a knife to whittle away the centre, so it's very difficult to carve a trench in something, but easy enough to form this. And then you've got your tube to any size that you need it. So guys, if this type of content helps you feel more confident outside and get out there, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.